Hi, my name is Eunice Graham and I teach in the College and Career Pathways Department. I'm an IBEST instructor, so actually my time is all spent with the medical assistant program these days. However, in the past I've taught different things, particularly as we're going to talk about culinary math and help with bakery math as well. Well, it started out teaching culinary math. I wrote that course, and then a couple of years later they decided to change it to bakery math, so I revamped and expanded it to a bakery math course. The first time I taught culinary math, it's a summer course, so I had some time to do something a little different. I was given a textbook to use, and I found the textbook to be unnecessarily difficult and confusing. A lot of student frustration, a lot of my frustration, and I knew that if I ever taught culinary math again, I would want to redevelop the course to make it simpler and more useful to the students. And in fact, by the end of that summer, the first time I taught it, I actually was doing some writing of math problems to begin with because they were just so complicated the way they were in the textbook that I chose to simplify them, and then I just continued that process the next time I taught culinary math. When I first wrote a curriculum for culinary math, I did it on my own with the blessing of Doug Medberry, the dean of the department, but I just did it on Canvas and did not really receive any specific support. However, Day got interested in what I was doing, and he actually converted that entire course to a press book. So there was some support after the fact. So I appreciate that. Oh, I wish you could have seen the before and after. I wish I could see a before and after. I could remember the first time I taught culinary math and had just a classroom full of frustrated, even angry, disengaged students. And the second time I taught, how smoothly it went, how everybody was learning, appreciated the class. It was a night and day difference. I wouldn't say so, no. Only challenge, of course, was the work I had to put into it, but it was worth it. And Canvas was such a nice platform for writing course material. I could do it in the comfort of my home, in my pajamas, feet up on the couch, my favorite position. So, yeah, to be honest, when we shut down with the COVID pandemic, somehow it just was in my mind. If I ever was asked to teach culinary math again, I would want to write my own curriculum, and I actually sat down, you know how bored we all got, and just jotted down an outline of what my math class would look like, and I put it away, forgot about it, and then I used that outline when I was asked to again. I think as a teacher, to serve student needs rather than you teach the students, not the textbook. And so you take the material that you want them to learn and lay it out for them in a way that makes sense and that's helpful to them. And of course, something that's often talked about with OER is, second time around, they didn't have to buy a textbook. Those textbooks are expensive. And I was glad to save them that money, because my eyes bulged a little bit when I saw what they had to pay for a textbook that they'd probably never use again, and I felt poorly written and confusing and not very helpful to them. I think that most of my colleagues are already doing it. They may not be realizing that they're doing it, but they are. Because anytime you simplify a lesson or add extra material to a lesson or enrich a lesson, anytime you go online to find a helpful YouTube video or visual, anytime you create an assignment that's not in the textbook, you're doing OER. So recognize what you're doing already and move on from there. Can I do even more to make this more student friendly and closer to what aligned with the goals that we have together as a class, as a program, or whatever? Well, this is the case where I don't know if I'm such a big hero, because the culinary math program was kind of scrapped after that one year, and they moved the requirements into a different direction. But then from there, I was asked to expand and revise the course into a bakery math course. And I didn't teach that course, but I wrote it. And I wrote it for a very nervous instructor, Chef Holland, who was almost begging for an IBES instructor to come in and help me, but that wasn't a possibility. But I believe the class went very well. I'm honestly not sure if it's still being used, but if it is, then what I've written is being carried on and used as a bakery math now. I think doing some OER just kind of unlocked in me the realization how much I love to create curricular material. And now maybe not everybody does, but I sure do. And so it's opened me to revise and revamp other courses within the medical assistant program, and it's something that my colleagues have enjoyed my doing. I haven't created anything from total scratch again, but I have done some revising and revamping, particularly math, and another course, human communications and relationships, healthcare communications. And so I've done some work on those two. I've put together a mini course on soft skills. We're not sure where we're going to use that yet. I wrote another course where I combined some pharmacology with math, and we tried it once and it didn't work, so we scrapped it. But it was a start, and then we did move the pharmacology rather than into healthcare communications, and that's hopefully working better. That's being used right now. So I think once you start creating, maybe it just gives you a taste to keep on creating.